Hey, true believers, the moment we've been waiting for. We're here for a Spider-Man 2 spoiler review. Special thank you again to Gunnar for sending over these awesome glasses that I've been rocking in a lot of our shows. These are Spider-Man Miles Morales themed. I am ready to celebrate this awesome game. I got my 7 inches of Venom with me, but let's get right into it. Talk to you in a minute. My buddies are here.
What's
We got a
up?
lot to- we got a lot to talk about today, right?
So we do.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing today?
Good,
man.
How about yourself?
How are you?
I am good. I took a day off for mental health and was able to kind of just take a step back, stepped away from the computers and the monitors, and it was good. It was worth it.
Unplugged a little bit.
Yeah, back in the grind. Let's get into it.
Yeah. So Spider-Man 2. I have a platinum. Benny has a platinum.
I am literally.
Braden
I have the game open in the background trying to finish it, but I'll save
Is
that for
working
later.
on a platinum.
Yes, we're getting there. I platinumed Miles Morales, and I got close to Spider-Man 1, but I still have to go back and finish that.
Yep. So
Awesome.
a far cry from where I was 2 weeks ago when it was not picking the game up
Yeah,
to platinum in the first week. Although I will say, to Insomniac's credit, they made it so easy. Like, if you
What is it,
wanted
like
the
20
platinum, you could get it. There's
like
no
what 25 hours, I think, is what the time to beat says.
Yeah, I think that's how much time it took me to get the platinum.
Yeah.
It's 25 hours.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's how long it takes to get.
And that's with my 4-year-old playing
yeah,
all of the combat for the most part. So I mean, I had to go wipe up the collectibles and stuff, but he did so great. I was so proud of him. Kicking ass.
awesome.
We watched Venom today. He was
Nice.
like, "Dad, I wanna see more." And I was like, "All right, I have these Venom movies, which they're not super great movies, but they're fun. They're a good time."
I liked him. Yeah,
And so yeah, he had a blast watching Venom, and he wants to watch Let There Be Carnage tomorrow, which I'm not sure about.
There's a little more cursing, there's a little gorier.
yeah.
It is. It's the gore, really. I mean, the cursing is one thing, but I mean,
He
he's
bites
old.
the guy's head off.
Yeah,
Fuck this
he does.
guy.
Yeah, yeah. I think I'm gonna have to probably abstain on Let There Be Carnage, but at least until I rewatch it. I don't think he's quite ready for that. But yeah. Anyway, the game, Insomniac did a fantastic job. I feel like they tightened it up a good bit. I still don't love the combat, and we've talked about it ad nauseum at this point. But I was thrilled to let my son play all the combat for me, so I didn't have to fuck with it. Still don't love it. I feel like, so when you activate your what is it, the symbiote surge or whatever,
The suit powers.
yeah, and you basically 2-punch everybody.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how Spider-Man should be by default anyway. That is satisfying. That feels like, yes, this is Spider-Man doing it, except for select cases, but I guess that would be boring to people. I don't know. But
I
feel
thought
like
it was great.
Spider-Man-
Whenever it gave me that, I was like,
Whenever
man,
I
this
could
feels
activate
great, dude.
Yes. And I was like, yes, this combat feels good now.
I'm
This
gonna
is
turn my
solid.
brain off and I'm gonna hit square and drop everybody.
Exactly. I'm just gonna
So
fucking
good.
punch and smash everyone.
I mean, my favorite part was obviously, again, I said it in the intro, I'll say it again. This is a spoiler cast. If you didn't read
Yeah,
It is
full
a spoiler
spoilers
cast,
for the
so-
entire
I'm sorry
game.
in advance. But Anti-Venom, for me, peak.
Yeah,
It was
because-
very cool. I really liked how they did it. I liked having
giving Lee a redemption
negative-
arc to then introduce Anti-Venom to cure
Yes.
the Venom symbiote was so cool. I'm so glad that they handled that.
Yep.
Yeah. I feel like, we've taken a lot of inspiration from the comics, but we really get to embrace Insomniac taking their own approach and
Yeah,
really
sure.
making it work. I mean, again, there was a lot of story bits that were disappointing to me, mostly because we were like killing off villains, which we're not used to in these worlds.
Yeah, they
these
just
games.
all died. Like
And some of them brutally.
Yeah,
Like even Craven.
yeah,
you know?
Like you
Yeah.
said, the Venom movie, fuck that guy, eats his head. But yeah.
Yep.
Was it Scorpion gets stabbed by his own tail?
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
was the
Rhino
implication
dies
that Rhino
off
gets like
screen.
decapitated.
Yeah.
Sandman's not dead.
No, Sandman's in the
No.
hospital.
Vulture, I think, was dead. Maybe Shocker
Vulture.
as well.
Yeah, I think
Vulture's for sure.
I think
well, okay, I guess we don't know if Vulture is for sure dead, but that's the assumption.
we do
Yeah.
know
Yeah,
that like they have his
Herman.
stuff, and then Herman's
Right.
I feel like if they have anybody's stuff, he killed them
They're
at this
dead.
point.
yeah.
He didn't have any prisoners. The only prisoner he had
Was
was
Miles.
was Lizard.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, he had
Like in a
Lizard.
sense.
He had
They got him
He
out,
struggled
which is
with well, he
good.
struggled with him. So,
They had
but
Me Too.
yeah, and right.
Yeah.
I feel like so I do have a slight complaint. I feel like Kraven, despite being like the primary bad guy for the majority of the game, was kind of wasted.
He
Like
was very much a background character almost.
Yeah,
like everything he
everything
did was none of
was
it
off
was on
screen.
He kills everybody off screen.
or it was in a cutscene. It would have
Yeah.
been cool to see more of Kraven hunting. Like that's the shtick.
Did we?
And we never really got to see that.
I think the idea behind it is because they've made him an established character in the timeline,
yeah,
but not that we've seen. So he's already aged. He's retiring.
yeah.
He's
Oh, I
literally
know.
trying. He's
This whole
literally
thing is
trying
he
to
wants
die.
one last hunt. Yeah, to
Yeah.
find
No, I
someone to
get
kill.
it. It just I think it would have been cooler to have a little more there. But like I said, the game's relatively short, which I enjoy. I like that it was a nice, tight
Mhm.
A to B story kind of. But I feel like a little more could have been done with Kraven, and you almost didn't care because you knew Venom was coming. You knew Venom
Yeah.
was the primary villain.
Well, they teased
So
it
it
in the
was
first
like-
game, right?
Exactly.
Post credits, he's got the symbiote on him. Yeah.
So Kraven was kind of like the appetizer, but the
Yeah.
appetizer that went on for far too long. So you were hungry
Venom's
throughout the
what,
entire
like
thing.
the last 20%, like the last
yeah,
couple
if
hours.
even.
It's
Yeah,
like a
it's
movie's
pretty-
length of time he gets in the game.
It's pretty quick. Excuse
It's
me.
like
pretty
it's like when
quickly
you have an
resolved.
origin movie and you wait till the end of the movie to get to the meat,
Yeah.
and potatoes.
Yeah.
Which I'm not saying necessarily is the way the game is. I don't
No.
feel like I wasted my time.
No, it was a
Right.
very, very good
Venom.
experience all the way through and through.
It was
I know
great,
people-
and they needed that time to build a relationship with Harry, which we talked
yes,
about.
that
our
relationship
last
with Harry. You guys mentioned it before. How good it was. It was so good.
Oh yeah, and it just continued to get better
Yeah,
and better and better and better and better.
it was so good.
And-
Yeah, it was amazing. And I think something in relation to like the whole group. I know people hated the MJ missions in the first game. I thought they were fine in this game.
I didn't like them in this game, but we
Yeah,
talked about
you
that.
mentioned that last time.
I
But
knew that was
like
coming.
giving her some way of like to actually defend herself.
Dog,
instead of
having
just
her
being a
having her
helper.
fight all the fucking symbiotes there at the end, she would have been eaten. Like
I thought
16
that
fucking
sequence was
times.
fun, just running
So
through, just
stupid.
shooting
It's
all
so
the
stupid.
symbiotes. The part
Awful.
that was like really stupid is you're gonna tell me she makes it through that entire group of hunters when it's raining and they're like trying to hunt down Peter. She can do that, really? This elite group of super predators and this one white woman from like Queens is just walking through tasing everybody. Come
Well, I
on.
think
The
for the
magic
record,
of the taser.
Yeah.
Well,
Spider-Man, they can take 18 punches from Spider-Man. They can take 37 Venom shots from Miles Morales' fucking electric powers, but one little taser shot and done.
That's that Bass
It's-
Pro
it's
taser,
pre-
Tyler.
it's-
Come on.
it's pre- yeah. We also got to remember where that taser came from.
That's
You
true.
know,
It was the
if
Silver
getting-
Sable taser.
just getting nerdy at this point. You know, Sable also trained her. So
Oh,
you know,
yeah, I guess.
there was a point where
That's
she
great.
was
But is Sable stronger? Is Sable better than Spider-Man?
no, but her tech her tech gave him a lot of shit in the DLC for the record.
I know. So why doesn't Spider-Man have the tech to one-shot all the symbiotes? Why is he out there still throwing hands with them? Taking
I hate-
17
I hate
minutes.
I hate to break the news to you, but it's a game.
I
So-
know.
Technically, if you want to get semantics with it, he did have the tech. He did have that web ability where he did shoot the really loud bell thing. So technically, he did have the way to do it.
I know it.
I
That's
mean, he
what
also
I'm
had a
saying,
3D
like,
printer built into his
it's-
web.
That's
I
true.
know.
Yeah.
It's
Which is really
nitpicky,
cool.
but it's like.
Did you tell me I printed a friend? That was great. I love that.
That
Making the
God.
3D printed friend.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
No, I still stand 100% on the hill of the MJ stuff. Should have just been a quick cutscene. Could have gone right through and been done.
I can see that.
But whatever, it didn't ruin the game.
No,
Didn't,
the introduction of Scream was cool, even if it was really short-lived.
Very. Yep. Speaking of other symbiotes, Carnage.
Where he at?
Yeah.
Oh no. So okay.
Was there something
Spoiler
that
for
I
you.
missed?
Spoilers for Braden, I guess.
If it's
Yeah,
a side quest that I haven't done, then that's
it is
probably
a
why.
side
Okay,
quest you haven't
okay,
done.
okay. I was
Yep.
gonna say, I'm like, as I'm playing through the game, I'm like,
Although
even the post credits.
you should be seeing it on the map. You should have made that connection.
Oh, with the like the symbiote nests that are kind of like the glowing red,
No,
or no?
the flame, the first flame missions.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
get through those. But yeah, so do you think that's setting up DLC or do you think that's
Yes.
setting up 3?
So I'm not sure because a lot of those side missions in the first game were led into the DLC. You had the Black Hat side stuff that led into the
Correct.
heist DLC.
So
You had
I'm
the Silver
thinking-
Table stuff. You had the
I'm thinking
Hammerhead
there'll be a
stuff.
Carnage DLC. I think there'll just be a straight up Carnage DLC.
And
which
I mean,
think
those are
would be
fine. It's a couple hours
awesome.
of a good story. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that'd be pretty cool.
I would take 5
Give
to
me
6 hours
maximum.
of
Give me,
Carnage.
give me maximum Carnage all day.
Yeah,
All day.
I think it'd be great, and they could do it in a DLC. Like that's a perfect story to adapt to DLC. Now that you've already established symbiotes, now that you've already established what's up with Cletus, you've already established all this shit.
So Cletus is the flame guy, then, right? Like the one that
He's
Wraith is
the cult
hunting.
leader. He's the cult.
Yeah, the one
cult leader.
that one that Wraith's been hunting.
Yeah,
Okay. They haven't name dropped him yet, but he's the redhead. He's
they
kind of
don't until the very
extroverted.
last second.
Okay. Okay.
Literally, she goes through and lists off all of his aliases,
Okay.
and the final alias is Cletus Cassidy.
I'm nearing the end of that side quest, so okay, yeah, that makes sense. I have so in the maybe I'm misremembering, but like, was Venom? Did he have an issue with fire and heat in the movie?
In everything.
Yeah,
Venom's always
so
been weak to fire.
why
That's a big
was-
change in the game.
Yeah, I was like, because when they were like, yeah, crawl through the reactor, you're fine. I was like, isn't Venom's like big thing like fire's really fucking bad? Why is what?
Yeah,
what?
it's literally how they kill Riot in the Venom movie.
Yeah.
Well, I
but-
was also wondering, even with the frequencies, I figured the frequencies would have been a problem too. But
Yeah, with the particle accelerator thing, when it's like, yeah, crawl through
Yeah.
there, and it's like, well, but he's supposed to die to heat. Like that was the whole thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's probably a change for gameplay. Like
Yeah,
specifically
probably.
because they're like, yeah, there's so much fire in the game. Like,
Yeah.
how are we gonna
Yeah,
you can't have them be weak to fire.
I'm not like
I haven't seen any confirmation on that.
Mhm.
I haven't read anything about it other than just people being like, hey, what the hell?
Yeah,
It's a change
okay.
I don't mind.
Yeah,
I really don't, and I don't feel like
that was just something that I
necessarily him
noticed. It's like
being
that's
weak to
not how
fire.
that worked in everything I've seen for Venom, but it's a welcome change, I guess.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
liked it. I thought it was fine.
It also, I would think, having Cletus be a cult leader now instead
Yeah.
of just a serial killer for the Flame.
Yeah,
He's going to be a symbiote. He's going to be embracing fire, I guess. So
Which I
that's
think's cool.
just
So
Yeah.
if they do a DLC, I'm guessing that obviously Carnage will be in it if that's what they're going with that. Will we then get to see the anti-venom symbiote as opposed to just the suit?
I would like to. That'd be
I
cool.
don't know. I feel like it's a great opportunity to give us Eddie now
Yeah.
at this point, but I don't know if Peter's ever going to go back to the Bugle. You know,
I don't
'cause-
think so. Not at
No.
his
That's-
stage of life. I
right.
think
Because it's kind of like a retirement stuff now, right? Because
he's
Well,
running the
he's-
Emily May Foundation now. and
Yeah.
he stepped away to let Miles run. So I think
Yeah,
Spider-Man
and
3
then
will be
obviously
Miles
with-
only.
well, yes, but no, because the post credits when Rio's boyfriend walks in and goes, "This is my daughter Cindy."
Yeah.
Well, if you know who Cindy Moon is, it's Silk.
Silk, thank you. I
Yeah.
wanted to say Wish. I don't know why I wanted to say Wish.
So my guess is they're now going to do something where you had Peter training Miles, and then now we're going to have Miles probably training Cindy. Is where I'm guessing this is going to go, and I think that'd be a
Right.
cool change to have for the third one, where you now have Miles as the master, and Silk will be the student. But I guess we'll see what they decide to do with it.
Yeah, I mean, they could always have him in there at some part of the story, or they can kill him off.
I think we're gonna get two. I think we're gonna get 2 DLCs.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're gonna get a Carnage DLC
Mhm.
first, and then I think we're gonna get a Goblin DLC, and we're gonna see Norman.
Are they going to
transition
save
into
Goblin
Goblin.
for the next game? Because Green
I don't
Goblin
think
is
so.
like a character you want to save as like a title card or like villain for a new game. But I'm also
Yeah,
curious then.
I
But I
think,
think
he's
they're
too
gonna-
big.
I think they're gonna go into it. I think it's
Oh
gonna
yeah,
be,
they
it's
might
gonna be
tease
something
it.
else,
Yeah.
and that'll be the end of the DLC. Not that
Yeah,
Goblin.
it's probably going to.
primary-
Yeah.
Yeah.
which also makes me wonder. Wolverine's supposed to come out this year, isn't it?
Nah, it's not this year.
No.
Okay.
We haven't
20
even seen gameplay, so I think
5, isn't it? Or is it-
2025, I
Oh,
think.
So
It was
the
either the
question
end of
is,
24
where
or
are they
beginning
gonna? Is that gonna blend into the Spider-Man universe at all? Like, are they gonna kind of mix that up and all?
Well, they said
It
that
is.
they're in
Oh,
the
that
same
reminds
universe.
me. You were talking about DLC. That made me think. At the end of the DLC, are we going to be meeting Wolverine and Spider-Man? Will be. I think
That's what I'm thinking.
I think you said that last time you guys
Well,
talked
Yes.
about it. Where
Yeah,
it's like
there's
he's
also
gonna
fake
find.
pictures of
Yeah.
like
End of
a
2024.
PlayStation store
Yeah.
that's showing the two of them together, but we don't have any assets.
Yeah, because I think I don't know if it was you that said it or if I read it somewhere where it
Yeah,
was
we talked
like
about it on the last
he's gonna
episode.
find like people getting mauled and be like, what the hell
Yeah.
is this? And then
Yeah, that
you
was
did mention that
that
last
was
time.
us. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So I think that'll be included too, but I think that'll lead into Goblin being a thing. I think those will both drop in the same DLC.
I'm confused where Otto's coming back into play because I don't know if it's like a comic thing where he comes back later or if this is gonna be like I know there's that comic where Superior Spider-Man where he swaps bodies with Peter. I don't know how they're gonna lean into that at all. I'm not sure.
That would be awesome. I would love that.
would be cool.
I don't
see how they would do
no.
it.
That's why I don't know
Because
why he's still there.
they're really sunsetting Peter.
Yeah, like it's
Like I
he's
don't
stepping
feel
away.
like he's gonna. I don't feel like he's gonna be in other than maybe a couple voice lines that they'll have Yuri do. I don't see him being in Spider-Man 3,
Yeah,
which sucks.
I'm curious
I
if
like
they're gonna
I
do
like
anything
Peter more.
with.
I mean, I do, but
Since you guys have gotten the plat, I mean, I've done enough to have at least seen this. I'm curious what they're gonna do with all the Spider-Verse stuff that they've been like. Hey, by the way, like every people from the Spider-Verse are bleeding into.
did you collect all the bots yet?
Nearly there, but I've seen the cutscene where like the portal opens
Yeah,
up and it's
that's it.
the Spider
That's all it
Society.
does.
Okay.
It's just a cute little nod. I don't think it has
Okay.
any deeper meaning than that.
Okay.
Well, we also have to remember if you've seen the second movie. I know Tyler hasn't because he hates those movies.
I did see the second one.
But in the second one, this Peter is in the
Yeah, he's in the Spider
that-
Society. Yeah.
yeah. But also, this character that is in the bar was cut from the movie. So that character was supposed to be in the movie and was cut.
Mm.
So it's interesting that they're using her in this aspect and obviously referencing the Spider-Verse with all of the animations and the graphics.
Yeah.
So, maybe they're just kind of having a way of, hey, we can make it exist so we can have possible opportunities.
It might
to
just
bring
be
in
more
other
nods
Spider
or something.
characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really do think it's just kind of a nod, just like an Easter egg.
Was
but yeah.
Silk always in New York or was she elsewhere? I don't remember. I don't know much about that. I know there's supposed to be a movie. I thought
Not a character that I'm.
Weren't they talking about a movie coming out with that? I thought
Well,
there was
they
supposed to be a
have-
Silk movie.
They have the weird Spider-Man movie, I forget the name. It's like with the Madam Web, I think it's called. And it's going to
Oh.
be like
Okay.
Madam Web and a bunch of different characters trying to stop Peter from being killed when he's a baby or something. Like really
Interesting.
Sony doesn't know what the hell they're doing. I'm just saying.
doing that
Yeah.
crazy nonsense.
So we'll see. You haven't heard anything for a while. There was plenty of scenes that were leaked like when they were filming, but
Mhm. Okay.
Man,
I don't know. I don't know.
Sony's lost the fucking plot.
Bring Raimi back.
I like Venom. I like Let There Be Carnage. Morbius. I could not get through Morbius.
It's more than
Craven the
time, dude.
Hunter looks fucking horrible. Absolutely abysmal. It's just oh my god. So I don't know.
Right.
The best I like the Vulture. I like
Yeah.
Vulture but that's in the Marvel movies, which is separate from.
Well, he's in both now because he's in Morbius.
That's true. He is in both now, and Venom
It's
is
all
kind of in
the
No Way
Marvel. The
Home.
Marvel movies are a whole nother conversation. Let's not do that.
Yeah, let's keep it
please.
to the
Yeah.
video game. Yeah.
I want to say something that I really enjoyed about the game overall is the fact that yes, I was able to get a platinum, but I enjoyed doing it. Everything was story focused, and every
Yes.
side mission felt like it connected the story.
I
It gave me
did like
more
that a lot.
characters, and it also just made you feel like, all right, there is more. There's more going on. Like I loved Chameleon being brought up. I loved, the Mysterio twist and stuff like that. There's just a lot of
Yeah.
great little aspects that I wasn't expecting. The one thing that turns me off with the game, I understand. I think I said it in the previous show. Limitations with licensing is you have hundreds of heroes in New York, but they don't exist in this universe.
Yeah.
You know, there is Avengers Tower. There is the Fantastic Four Baxter Building.
Yeah.
You know, there is the Nelson and Murdoch that was there in the first one, removed, and then it was brought back.
Well, they have like Wong's in the game. He texts you with the scepter when he takes the scepter from Miles after Black Cat goes through. He's like, "Hey, I just got back from vacation with the Doctor." So Wong and Doctor Strange are there. I mean, you know that
right?
the
That's right.
there.
The Sanctum. Yes.
Yeah, the Sanctum's there. I mean, Hell's Kitchen's an area, so Luke Cage is technically there somewhere.
Luke Cage is there. Jessica Jones is there. Fucking Daredevil's there.
Iron Fist, I think. I don't know anything about it. I didn't watch it. I heard it was bad, so I don't know if he's supposed to be in the same area as Spider-Man and all that.
Well, they could potentially all be in New York because they end up, being connected in certain aspects. But what I would love for them to do, if they can, try to get a license that allows a visibility of the character. You don't have to play them time. And I talked about this last show also.
Yeah.
Literally the way if you guys experience like when let's say you're webbing around as Peter, all of a sudden you're on a rooftop and Miles is fighting thugs. And you can kind of like acknowledge each other.
Yeah, do that with the other characters.
Yeah, just have Luke Cage beating the shit out of somebody in an alley.
Which
how awesome would that be?
Now that we bring that up, maybe realize if the whole point was Kraven looking for somebody to fight, there's other heroes that would just like beat his ass in this
right.
like.
Well,
in
I mean,
New
remember
York.
he has his list, and his list is limited by who Insomniac can use. You know what I mean?
I would genuinely like.
Can you imagine Kraven going after like Hulk?
Just he die. He die.
We
have hunters. We have
got One Punch Man. Yeah.
Puny Hunter.
It'd be that scene with Loki, just whip him back and forth into the concrete.
Can you imagine just a little
snapping his spine.
A single section where you get to play as Hulk, just going through and just one punching all the hunters and they just fucking vaporize, just gone.
Man, now I'm mad that Square Enix is the one that got the Avengers IP. Give it to Insomniac. They can clearly they know how to handle their superhero stuff.
They just need to give them the blessing for Marvel. Like, hey,
you
can
just
use
give them
what
the
you
Marvel
need to
blessing.
use. You don't have to make a core game for everybody. Like that's the problem is when it comes to these licensed games, they feel like they need to give everybody a chapter. You know,
that's what I liked about the Arkham games. They gave complete. Now I understand they're all Batman villains, sure, but they had complete unfettered access to every character in that roster, and they were able to work them all in here and there. Where
even if it was like side stuff, that it was like, hey, this character's here, they're doing things.
Right. I mean, that rogues gallery is a little bigger.
Yeah.
So they have a little, I feel like DC is probably a little more lenient with access.
Yeah.
Because you weren't getting Superman villains.
Yeah.
Right. And you weren't getting Superman. You weren't getting the Flash. Right. So I mean, I get it. It's not necessarily an apples to apples, but I feel like they were given a little more leeway.
Well, I feel like we had more villains overall in the first game than we did this one because we did have Sinister Six.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the villains here, but we also have villains that are like turning over a new leaf. You know, which
like that.
I did think it was kind of cool. Like Tombstone being the mechanic. And
Tombstone was my favorite of all of them. I was a big fan of how they handled that.
Yeah. That was
he's cool. Like, yeah, I know it's weird. Shut up, Spider-Man. Weird that you're saving me this time.
Yeah. But overall, what do you guys think? Would you feel like this is? Wouldn't say necessarily either one of your game contenders for Game of the Year, but do you feel like it's justified to be up there for people?
I would say if you're a big enough, like if you're a big Spider-Man person, I would say probably. I don't see why not. I mean, it's an Insomniac game, so it's pretty good. I mean, like they do good work every time. Spider-Man's a big enough, license that I think I don't know necessarily I think in comparison to other things, I don't know if it stands up against some of the other stuff that's come out this year for Game of the Year. I think
not this
even
year.
If we consider it, I think it's booted like an honorable mention. Probably like a runner-up. Like, but as for like the
game
for the games that have launched out this year, like Armored Core, Baldur's Gate, Resident Evil 4, Final Fantasy 16, Tears of the Kingdom. There's just too many juggernauts for Spider-Man to be up there. But I did think it was a really, really good time, and I'm still looking forward to going through finishing everything up for the platinum. If DLC comes out, I would love to buy and play that. because like the world that they've made, it's written so well, it's crafted very well. It feels good to play. It's I think it's really really solid.
It's a true video game in the grand scheme of things, and that's the goal. And for me, it makes me remind myself how much I love being a comic book fan and a superhero fan, and why I love Spider-Man so much, because it engulfs you in that world.
Yep.
And again, everybody's opinion is going to vary. And like as I played it, I'm like, oh my god, this is peak for a Marvel game.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, there's been other games this year, because as we talked about, this is a tough year.
This is crazy.
This is
a good problem to have.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Unless you're like me and you're not in a position where you can afford all this stuff. But like Alan Wake's next on my list, but that's for another time.
Listen, man, I just started it. I was like, holy shit. We'll have to do a show on that one too.
I'm gonna pick it up tomorrow, and I'm gonna go through it, and I'm gonna start it.
Yeah. So I think you kind of hit the nail on the head though for why I don't think it's necessarily in the game of the year conversation, Benny. And that's because I feel like to have that level of connection with it, you have to be a huge comic fan. You have to be a huge Spider-Man fan. Where as like your average player, yeah, sure, tons of players played it just because it was a good game.
Yeah.
But there are too many other grander scope video games that stand on the merit of the type of game they are. Whereas Spider-Man leans, I mean, it's a Spider-Man fucking game, so it should lean heavily on Spider-Man.
But like that IGN review, it really makes you feel like Spider-Man. But but I think like not to be pedantic and to like play up and kind of like treat it like some sort of sommelier. But I think like a lot of the other video games, like the big ones, are more like Spider-Man is a fantastic video game. A lot of these other games, with Final Fantasy being the most recent that I've played that's come out recently, are like fantastic experiences. And I think there's a big difference there between just being a good game and being a good experience just in everything.
True.
Agreed. Well, I think we've definitely hit the nail on everything that we could talk about. Again, it's not one of these 50-hour games, thankfully.
No.
But it's worth, I feel, every minute playing it.
Absolutely.
So, highly recommend it.
Time.
Yep.
You guys have any other points you guys want to share?
Miles's last suit is very fucking stupid.
Oh my god, yes. We said we were gonna talk about it.
Get it out of the way. Go ahead.
That suit is so dumb.
It's abysmal. It's awful. Although, to be fair, they gave Peter an not equally, but an almost as stupid suit when you finish all the EMF missions, that true to life suit or whatever.
I haven't done that yet.
He just looks like he's in a damn like a hazmat suit.
Is this some Captain Planet shit, or what is it?
It looks like almost like a Kang suit.
Oh.
Yes, it does. It does look like that. Yes. Thank you.
Kang the Conqueror.
Yep. Yeah, it's real dumb. It's not as bad as that Miles suit though.
That one that he gets to the end of the game.
That Miles suit's a fucking crime.
It is so atrocious.
I am going to show you guys one of the coolest things I've ever seen, and it's appropriate to the game.
Yeah.
Hey, that's got to be at least like 12 inches of Venom now.
When he busted those wings out, bro.
I mean, how amazing was that scene?
That last fight was really, really cool.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it. It was just really cool to see them going back and forth. Like as cliche it is, the teaming up, and just them really working well together, and it was just so much fun, man.
That's
great closure to that story.
Yep.
At least that arc.
Does anyone else feel like the suit selection in this game is a little weaker?
Yeah, they got rid of a lot of the great suits. I guess I'm assuming
there are a lot more like custom ones, a lot more.
I get that, like I kind of do like they have like the recolors and stuff, but I think like I don't know, some of them were not fantastic.
Yeah, they aren't all going to be good. I didn't think I was going to like the hunter suit you get for doing all the Craven stuff, but that ended up being the suit that I rocked for the rest of my time.
Yeah,
the orange hunter one.
The one that looked like Craven.
Yeah.
The one. Yeah. Cool. I wore it for like 5 minutes, but I was big on the the Japan, the kimono style suit.
Those were
Reese-
too cool. Those were cool too. Yeah.
The Kumo suit where he's kind of got like the bun in the back of the,
The
head
top knot.
with,
yeah.
with like the
Loved
Yakuza
it.
tats.
Yeah,
I was pretty
loved-
pissed that only Miles got cool symbiote suits when Miles never had the fucking symbiote. Like,
Yes.
it seems
I
like it
noticed
would have been a
that.
no-brainer to stick those on Peter. When they unlocked, I went to stick them on Peter, and I was like, "What the fuck, man?
Psych.
Where are my cool symbiote suits?"
I like the
Miles got
inclusion
some
of
real cool ones.
I like the inclusion of some of the other Spider-Verse ones, like the gas station Halloween costume one that he has, the Across the Spider-Verse suit.
Yeah. No, it was definitely cool.
All right, so I'd say Benny, an easy, strong recommend from you.
2 thumbs up easily.
Yeah, Braden.
Yeah, definitely, it's worth the time if you just want to have a good time and just play a good video game. Spider-Man 2 is definitely worth it, especially if they put DLC into this game. 2 thumbs up, great game,
Also,
great time,
strongly recommend it. All right,
Awesome.
nice change
Thanks,
of heart
guys.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah, they convinced you. So
they
solid.
got me.
It's a good
They
video
hooked me.
game. You would have missed out on such a good game too.
I know, man. Glad I didn't.
No. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate your time. Thank you for listening to us rant and rave and complain. Equally so. We're a game that is awesome, slightly frustrating,
Yeah.
but overall, a
Great.
solid gaming experience.
Mm-hmm.
So, till next time, everybody.
See you
Take
next time.
care. Have fun.
See ya.